Music is a big part of my life right now. I find myself listening to a song almost every second. When I'm not listening to a song, I'm reciting one in my head. So yeah, music is always on my mind. If you somehow care enough to ask, what are your favorite bands, Darby? Which is likely the question you're asking because the title of the video is literally Top 5 Best Bands Ever. So, let's talk about that. Now, I need to clear this up every time I do my thoughts on an episode. These are my opinions. I'm not trying to convince you, my opinion is dominant over yours. I'm just here to entertain. And hey, maybe a band you like is on this list, or maybe I might get you to check out some bands you might like. Take whatever you want from the video, I just hope you enjoy. Anyways, let's jump right into number 1. Number 1, Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd is by far my favorite band. What makes them so great, you may be asking? Well, I'll tell you. Just the chemistry of David's phenomenal guitar skills and musicianship with Roger's genius lyrics and concepts, along with Rick's profound keyboard and Nick's fine drumming make for the greatest band ever. All 4 of these members are vital to the band's sound. When David Gilmour plays the guitar, he expresses an emotion, a feeling that no other guitarist I've heard has ever achieved like Gilmour. His guitar solos just get to me. He's personally my favorite guitarist ever and is a huge influence on my playing style. And Roger Waters' lyrics are simply genius. With concepts like The Wall and lyrics like Time, you just can't go wrong. It's just brilliant. And let's not forget Richard Wright. He gives the music more soul, and Nick Mason's drumming, which is perfect for the band. Oh yeah, and Syd Barrett, who is also amazing. He was responsible for one of, if not the greatest psychedelic rock album of all time, The Piper at the Gates of Dawn. Well, I could go on and on. My favorite album from the band may vary. One day you may ask me what's your favorite album, and I'll say The Wall. Another day you may ask me the same question, but I'll answer with Metal. I find myself more intrigued by The Wall and more moved by Metal. It depends on my mood, really. But my favorite song is always the same, though. Echoes. This is the ultimate Pink Floyd song. It shows off the band's talent in every aspect, from their musicianship, lyrics, chemistry, and experimentation. I highly recommend it when you have the time. The song is a whopping 23 minutes, but just give it a listen, and it will definitely be worth it. It's an experience. Number 2, Joy Division. God, I love this band. Out of any band I listen to, this is the one I listen to the most. There's just something about them that keeps bringing me back. I mean, a number of factors can cause me to listen to them. I may want to listen to Ian Curtis's nihilistic but beautiful, intriguing, and moving poetry, or Peter Hook's phenomenal and memorable bass playing skills, or Bernard Sumner's distant atmospheric guitar playing, or Stephen Morse's drumming. I mean, the man's a living drum machine. There's just so much to love about this band. The band's only dropped 2 studio albums, Unknown Pleasures and Closer. After the unfortunate suicide of Ian Curtis, the band continued as New Order, which I also love. I could ramble about New Order and their masterpieces like Movement and Power, Corruption, and Lies, and also New Order wrote one of my favorite songs of all time, Ceremony. But if I talked about all that, the video would be too long. So I'll stick to Joy Division. So, out of Joy Division's 2 albums, which one do I like better? Well, it honestly depends on my mood, once again, but I do feel as if Closer is the band's finest achievement. My favorite song? New Dawn Fades. Ian's powerful vocal delivery and haunting lyrics make this my favorite. While this band isn't for everyone, I would highly recommend giving them a listen. Number 3, Siouxsie and the Banshees. This band was groundbreaking. A part of the original punk movement, Siouxsie and the Banshees constantly evolved, changed, and experimented with their sound. Siouxsie was a freaking legend. She had an amazing voice and a great stage presence to back it up. She's a natural talent, and Budgie's exceptional drumming makes him one of my favorite drummers of all time. But let's not forget John McGosh. He is one of my favorite guitarists. He has a very unique and distinctive sound, and Did some amazing work on songs like Spellbound, Into the Light, and Arabian Nights. This is a band that's also very personal to me. Not only is their music amazing, but I've been listening to Susie and the Banshees ever since I was a baby. I've grown up with this band. My favorite album is always Juju. That album is so freaking good. Check out this band whenever you get the chance. You won't regret it. Number 4. Fleetwood Mac. Fleetwood Mac. What else can I say? Legendary band. Honestly, don't know where to begin, as I appreciate all eras of this band. Well, I guess I'll begin with the Peter Green era. Peter Green's Fleetwood Mac isn't to be forgotten. Green had an awesome guitar playing style and voice, and with the talent of Danny Kirwan, the band really shined. Then Play On is my favorite from his era, and I highly recommend it. Now on to Bob Welch, who was also awesome. Welch made one of my favorite Mac albums, Mystery to Me. Emerald Eyes, Hypnotize, The City. Dang, it's a good album. Now, let's move on to the best era of Fleetwood Mac. The Stevie and Lindsay era. 2 words. Stevie Nicks. Best singer ever, dude. Her voice is so unique, and when her voice and lyrical skills all mix together, it's quite an awesome thing. I also quite like her solo work as well. And Lindsey Buckingham, another one of my favorite guitarists who inspired me to pick up a guitar in the first place. Seriously, this guy is a freaking exceptional guitarist. And also Kristen McVie, who is an amazing vocalist and keyboardist, and Mick Fleetwood, who rocks the drums, and John McVie, who has created some dang good bass lines. I go on and on. Let's just say, I love this band. Number 5, Led Zeppelin. This is a band you're very most likely familiar with, as they are one of the best-selling rock bands of all time, and for good reason. Robert Plant's perfect rock vocals mixed with Jimmy Page's awesome guitar riffs, John Paul Jones' bass playing skills, and John Bonham's legendary drumming created for a pretty dang awesome band. Hold on. I gotta get this off my chest. John Bonham has to be the best drummer I've ever heard. He creates a whole new sound taken from jazz and blues and gives Led Zeppelin their powerful sound. It just holds the band together overall. His empowering drums are often my favorite part of any Zeppelin song. So yeah, Led Zeppelin's pretty dang awesome. Favorite album? That's a hard question, as my answer changes often, but my favorite is probably Led Zeppelin 3. So, there you go. That's my top 5 favorite bands. I hope you found some sort of enjoyment out of hearing my opinions. So, yeah. See you in the next My Thoughts on episode. See ya.